Today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 8 signs of fibroid, 8 common signs of fibroid that you should be aware of. One thing you need to know is that 1 in 3 women before the age of 35 is likely going to have fibroid, and even up to the age of 50 it gets even higher. So fibroid is a common thing. Bear in mind that fibroid is a non-cancerous growth that grows most likely in the uterus, around the uterus and thereabout. So I'm going to be sharing with you the things that you should be aware of that could be a sign or signs of fibroid. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Precious. If you're seeing me for the first time, I create content about trying to conceive, pregnancy and postpartum. If you like content like this, please press the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and you can always go back to my channel and watch a lot of the videos that I have made. Now, before we start the video for today, we're going to do our normal ritual, which is to share the scripture for today. The scripture for today is in the book of Psalms chapter 37 verse 4 and 5. It says, "Take delight in the Lord and he will give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord, trust in him and he will do this." Very simple and clear instruction that God has given to us. Trust in him, commit our ways to him, and he will do that which is his will. My prayer today is that as we commit our ways to him, as we do the things that he wants us to do, he will do for us the things that he has planned for us, that he will do for us. Right, let's jump into the video. What are the signs that you would know, or the signs of common signs of fibroid that you should be aware of, knowing that a lot of women will or may even have fibroid as I speak? The first sign is prolonged and heavy bleeding. If you have prolonged bleeding of more than 7 days and very heavy, that could be a sign that you have fibroid. Why do you have prolonged bleeding? Now, fibroid, because it grows most likely in the uterus, it produces, or it has a lot of blood vessels. Now, because of the too many blood vessels that fibroid have, there is a chance that bleeding would be heavy. Now, when bleeding is heavy in such a way that in more than 7 days is soaking through your pad, you would know when it's abnormal, right? And most times people that have fibroid and have this heavy bleeding, they also suffer from iron deficiency, because of course if you're bleeding a lot, you're losing a lot of blood, and iron is part of the hem in your blood, right? Pelvic pressure and fullness. Now, this is a sign where you have this heaviness. You feel really heavy down in your pelvic area, right? In your abdomen area. You feel really heavy. You feel like something is pressing in your tummy. You feel like the early sign, early pregnancy stage where you feel like there's something there. Now, when the fibroid is beginning to grow and is beginning to put pressure on the wall of the uterus, or beginning to press other organs in your body, you now begin to have that sign. So that sign of fullness, sign of heaviness, sign like there's something that you're carrying down there, it's a sign, or could be a sign that you have fibroid that is growing inside of you. Frequent urination, especially at night. This is not when you're drinking a lot, obviously. This is when just normal way you drink water and you find out that you're beginning to wee a lot. Now, this is as a result of when the fibroid is growing and beginning to put pressure on your bladder. Obviously, when you have some like water in a balloon and you press it, it's going to squash out, it's going to leak, right? Now, that will make you feel the sense of, or the urge to urinate. Now, when the fibroid is growing and is grown to the point where it's beginning to put pressure on the bladder, it will cause you to feel like you need a wee, and you begin to wee a bit more often. So that could be a sign that you have fibroid putting pressure on the bladder that makes you to urinate. So this is a common sign of fibroid. Constipation. Constipation is another sign that you may have fibroid. Why do you have constipation? How does it link to you having fibroid? So if you have fibroid that can grow at the back side of the uterus, can press against the rectum, making it harder for stool to pass, which also can lead to chronic constipation. So this is why someone who has fibroid may also be experiencing constipation. Another common symptom is when you feel pain on the leg. It could be an ache, mild ache, or a shooting pain that almost feels like you have sciatica or slip disc. When does this happen? When the fibroid grows to the point where it begins to affect the nerve, it puts pressure on the nerve that is on the lower back or maybe on the pelvic, then there is a chance that that fibroid has grown so much, affecting you, so you begin to feel that pain on your leg because your nerve is not affected. Sometimes people think they have sciatica, but actually it could just be fibroid that is happening. Painful sex, right? Painful sex, this is as a result of when sex gets to a point where the penetration is quite deep and the fibroid is around the cervix area. It can cause a lot of pain. The symptoms as well can be overlooked because people think, oh, it went too deep, that's why it's painful. But when it has become really common, where whenever you have sex, especially in a certain position, it gets really deep, it means that the fibroid is being touched. Okay, so the fibroid is being affected, and because the fibroid is being affected, it causes a lot of pain. So pain during sex could be a sign of bloating and abnormal enlargement. Now, if you have fibroid inside of your tummy, inside of your uterus growing, it is clear that the bigger it gets, the bigger your tummy looks. There are a lot of people that you see out there, they have very big tummy. It looks like they are pregnant. It actually isn't pregnancy. It could just be fibroid that needs to be removed, however possible, based on medical advice. So when you feel very bloated, you feel that your tummy is growing, getting enlarged, it could be a sign that you have. Also note that a fibroid can grow up to the size of grapefruit and also up to a size of a 5 months pregnancy. Imagine you have a fibroid that is as big as a 5 months pregnancy. You already look pregnant, isn't it? So that's a typical sign of. So another thing as well is infertility and miscarriage. This is a big one that a lot of TCC parents that have fibroid experience. Depending on where the fibroid is, it can block the fallopian tube, it can impact implantation, depending on where it is. It can literally disrupt a lot of things when it comes to pregnancy. And even when implantation takes place, because of the position of the fibroid, it doesn't allow the baby to grow, and it can cause miscarriage. So these are the signs, that the common signs of fibroid that you need to be aware of. If you experience any of the signs, one or two of the signs, I would advise you to go to the hospital and see the doctor as soon as possible. There are some ways that fibroid can be managed. There are some ways that fibroid can be dealt with, which is a way that your doctor will advise you on what is best appropriate. Fibroid can be managed. Don't suffer alone. Any of these symptoms, head straight to the doctor, see your doctor, let them advise you on what you need to do, and so that you can be sorted as soon as possible. My prayer for you is that if any of you is sick or has fibroid, that God will heal you perfectly, and that the fibroid will not affect your fertility. I've seen people who have fibroid and they've had 5 children, 6 children. To be honest, I've seen people who have fibroid, it didn't affect their fertility at all. It depends on where the fibroid is. My prayer is that wherever it is in your body, that God would heal and cause pregnancy to happen. Thank you so much for watching this video. These are the common signs of and symptoms of fibroid. If you have any question, please let me know in the comment section. If not, if you like this video or you enjoyed it so far, please press the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and I shall see you on my next video. Bye for now. Bye.